Every Sunday with the NFL Now with Mr. Sims. And, you know, I had Sable here today as we welcome Philby in, and he said that the Disney thing, you were the first guy ever. I didn't realize that. He was telling me today because he says he has 3 cameramen shoot the Disney thing, and he says it started with Phil. And I didn't realize you were the first Disney guy.
Yes, I was. And
Did you know before the game about that Disney thing?
Yeah, it was going to be me or John Elway, and it took me, I think I finally agreed to it on Saturday. I was really...
You were hard negotiating, huh?
No, I was like, man, are you kidding me? You don't do things like this before the game. It's just like putting a curse on you. It's like the plague. There's no way I was going to do that. But I relented, and now I'm glad I did.
Absolutely, you were the first one. It's a long time coming. NFL. I think this lady's dying to get a picture of it. Just look that way, huh? That's it. Just look that way. So thanks, this lady dying to get a picture. Okay. NFL legend, and that's what Phil is. FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Year. Let's get all your stuff out of the way here. The FedEx Air and Ground program recognizes the top quarterbacks and the top running backs.
Passers, runners, air and ground, that's what it's about. We're going to announce the winners on Wednesday here.
All right, let me give you, I'll pick the winners. Hold on. Here are your 3 nominees. Remember, air nominees.
The fans vote for this.
Oh, they do? I'll give them some help. The air nominees are Favre, Manning, and Breeze. That's easy. We'll give it a Manning. And the ground nominees are Johnson, Maurice, Drew, and Peterson. We'll give it to Johnson because Peterson fumbles too much. So we'll give it to Johnson and Manning. That's easy enough.
Yeah, but the fans don't care. They don't vote on it like, oh, he fumbles too much. It's about your market. That's what really drives it. Over 2 million people voted on this since January 11th when we put these names up. FedEx did, and so that tells you. So, like Fred Taylor won it from Jacksonville a few years ago, smallest market, but the fans are really into making sure their guys get their recognition.
Here's the important thing. FedEx has donated $12 million to Safe Kids since 2000. That's the important thing.
Yeah, it is good. And it's pedestrian safety, bicycle safety around schools, whatever you do. So I've been a part of it for 3 years, and it's worked out great. And, I've got in there and I rode the bike with the kids in New York City, me and John Riggins. I was telling somebody earlier, the difference is I wore a helmet. Riggins didn't.
Well, Riggins doesn't need a helmet.
Yeah, he didn't need.
What if he falls? What's going to happen to him?
Yeah, nothing. Tear up the bike, and it was great. He was. Hey, John Riggins was everything that I hoped he was. He was so much fun, and some of the things that came out of his mouth, it was great.
Did I ever tell you this story? When I'm a kid, I'm in Long Beach. Okay, that's where I'm from. I'm in a movie theater in the West End, what they call the West End of Long Beach.
Right.
And I'm sitting in the movie theater watching the movies. The movie theater is not crowded. And the guy behind me puts his bare feet over the seat next to me. I'm like, what guy would turn around? And who was it? Riggins. Who, when he was a Jet, he lived down in Long Beach, and he comes to the movie theater and he didn't have shoes on. And he's like so big he couldn't even say anything to him. Like, can you move your feet? I mean, the guy, I was a kid, and it was Riggins sitting behind me.
Think about it. I was just having this conversation with somebody a while ago. There were John Riggins would be an athletic phenom even in today's game.
Oh, big and fast.
He was 100 meters champion in high school and college.
Great athlete.
I guess back then it was the Big 8. Was it the Big 8?
Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, Big 8.
He was a track runner. And, he was a monster.
A great player. Jet, Redskin, great player.
Got it done both, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I really get, I always think today's game, I go, oh, boy, these players are, of course, they all look special to me now. I've gotten old where I can't remember what went on in the field. But when I look back at some of the highlights, I watch Lawrence Taylor rushing the passer, or I see other guys, and I go, I don't know, though, there's still anybody in the league like that.
How much, before we get on to this game and Freeney and everything else, how much is that play going to bother Brett Favre forever? I mean, he says, I should have run it. I admit I should. I saw him say, I should have run it. I should have run it.
Well, sure.
But he never runs it.
We're all geniuses. Yeah, that's right. When's the last time you saw Brett Favre run past the line?
Greg Williams in the story said, don't worry, I promise you he will not run it. He will throw it. The guy knew what he was saying. The guy did not run it. He had a wide open path. He didn't run it.
Yeah, Mike, I don't think things pass quick. They're going to remember all the other things about Brett Favre. He's a folk hero. And really in the football world, this is not a great comparison, but he's just John Daly. Normal people love Brett Favre.
Love him. I agree.
The way he acts, the way he talks, and I don't.
And he had a great year.
And he had a tremendous year. And I said it a couple of people always look at me like I'm crazy. There has never been anybody in history that physically could throw it like Brett Favre. Nobody. Not John Elway. Not Dan. They are unbelievable. Bert Jones.
Sonny Jurgensen had a fastball.
They were good, but nothing. This guy's 40.
Bert Jones.
This guy is 40 and still is throwing at 95 miles an hour.
And he at 40 got his rear end kicked in that game.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't believe he kept getting up. He took a beating in that game.
Did somebody on TV? No, I think it must have been. They said he's got to be made of rubber. And it's amazing.
He got bent in different directions in that game. I mean,
it shows you what he is as an athlete, too. He's a tremendous athlete. Great hand-eye, of course, to be that kind of thrower. He's got to be. But he's always relaxed. In other words, he never feels tension in anything he does. And that lack of tension that he has in his body is one of the reasons why he has survived. So when he gets hit, he just crumbles with the hit. So there's no force. He doesn't get hurt, and he doesn't pay for it like most normal quarterbacks.
And you couldn't teach a guy to play quarterback like that. He carries it all the way down here and just whips it, winds it up, and throws it.
I always say this. I get in a lot of conversations, and they go, well, what about Tim Tebow?
Well, Tebow carries it low.
Well, no, but it's not even. But I just go, listen, and I hate to even say this. I go, God put Brett Favre on earth to throw.